Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back. I hope everybody's doing well. So same aircraft, same flight, American 3549 737-800. It's a real flight, not really by the mainline American Airlines, but more I think with Envoy and on one of those regional jets, either like an Embraer or like a CRJ, something like that. So just a little bit of a bigger aircraft today. A little bit better weather-wise, a little bit clearer in Chicago. Still -2, but it's the middle of the night, and still freezing also up in Green Bay. So, and today possibly coming in from the other side in Green Bay for runway 18. So different days, different approaches. So it should be a good one. And yeah, I hope everybody's doing well since yesterday. And without further ado, we'll jump in and get cracking. Here we are, 737-800. It's so cold, the windows are already fogging up. It's amazing. Just needs the window heat to come on. But anyway, we don't need to see outside, so it's okay for the moment. Alright, so as we come in, we'll switch on the RS to nav. We'll test the flight recorder up there. That the light comes off and then back on, so fine. Check the clacker, the stall warning. Come down here and give the crew some power so they can start brewing some coffee and stuff. Alarm the emergency lights, the no smoking sign comes on as well. Anyway, should be defaulted to be on. Check the attend button and just the takeoff config warning. Got the red light here, so that's good. And then I come down here, test the APU fire detection system, then the wheel well fire detection system, and then the cargo fire detection system. Cool. Happy days. We're in business. It must be pretty cold. So in the US they don't really care too much, so we'll start the APU and heat up the cabin. And that we can be warm if the aircraft stayed parked overnight. The morning, the chances are it's a little bit chilly, and you need a little bit of APU to bring some warm air. So that's what we'll do. So we've got the ident page today, 737-800 with the normal winglets, just the one going up the way, not the dual winglets. Engine rating is 26k, so 26,000 pounds of thrust, and the Iraq is the 2112, the 30th of December. That's good. On the POSINIT, I'll enter obviously the origin airport, Chicago, the ORD, and then we'll fetch the RS position on the second page here and the GPS left and set it here. The GPS, as I explained yesterday, is really the best reference to use to initialize the RS. We'll take the GPS left position. Right, then on the route we'll do the flight plan request, simulating data link, locate the flight or the route on the list, ORD, it's coming up, here it is, select, and here we are. Beautiful. Rightio. And I should come back at some point with the uplink. We are, uplink, we'll load it. Here I'll close the doors on the right side to get rid of the catering. And the uplink is loading. We'll enter the flight number. It's the American 3549. And on the next page, yeah, we should have the route. Same route as yesterday, Pumpkin, Nyato, Dylan, Ronick, and then Bravo Alpha Echo. So we'll activate and execute. On the Perfinet, when it turned the reserve, so same as yesterday, the alternate today is Milwaukee, which is about half an hour away, and final reserve just under 1.1. So the reserve today is 2.2. 2.2 it is. Ghost index 35 will do the trick. We'll go up to 15,000 feet only. So we'll keep the altimeter setting all the way. We're not going to climb above the transition altitude today. And the top of climb wind is... Oh! Ah, no, that's wrong. Okay. I was thinking... so we'll put maybe 290 at 55, something like that. Because I've got the wrong wind actually in the flight plan today. So the flight plan, I forgot to force the altitude in the flight plan. So the flight plan was actually looking at climbing all the way to flight level 290, which for a short flight like this is actually pretty much useless. Because all you're gonna do is climb and then descend. So 15,000 feet is better there. And yeah, we'll add that for the moment. Beautiful. Right, then we'll pick up the departure, which actually not a departure in itself, it's just runway heading. So there's no SID in Chicago, and today we'll depart from 10 left, I believe. So 10 left and execute that. It's basically a runway heading and then vectors towards the first en route point. Have a look at charts for that. Back to ORD. So yeah, SID is the OR7. They should put it actually because, you know, at the end of the day, it is called something. It's not just runway heading. It is called the OR7 departure. And we've got the description here. All aircraft expect radar vectors to first en route navigate or fix. Expect clearance to requested altitude flight level 10 minutes after departure. Initially 5,000 feet. You can set that. 5,000. And we are relatively light and it's cold as well. So the climb initially is not too much of a problem. However, it says you need to cross 5.5 arc at above 3,000 feet and then 8.5 arc at above 4,000. See, they've drawn the arcs here. So in the climb, you need to kind of get it climbing a little bit, basically, you know. So to comply with this, we can also change in the takeoff page, we can change things around a little bit if we want. We can go, where is it? In here. We can set acceleration height of 3,500. Since the airport is already a little bit elevated, it's about 600 feet above sea level, 3,500 feet above the ground, where we present about 4,000 feet. So the aircraft is going to keep climbing, and then when it reaches about 4,100 feet, then it's going to start lower the nose. And then you're going to lose some of the climb capability, but at least you get the aircraft climbing, you know, pretty much straight away. So that's good. Right, that's that. Cool. The route data we cannot really pick up here. Progress page 155 miles, pretty much in a straight line, so it's not very long, and that's about it really for the moment. Cool. I'll just double check the runway heading in Chicago. Runway heading from the airport chart 093. We'll set 09. Excellent. APU on the bus and actually switch on the packs so that the APU actually provides air to the cabin, because for the moment with the APU bleed switch off and the packs off, then nothing comes nothing comes out, so you need to set it on. Ahoo! 777 Bob, how are you doing? Good afternoon. Let's set the altimeter to inches of mercury. Use the B function 2994, that's what I had. Yeah, cool. And flight director here on this side. And what else? Auto brake. And the rest is good. What I'll do actually, a little bit like I did yesterday, is to preset the arrival already, because it's such a short flight that during the actual very short cruise phase, you don't really have much time, so I think it's a good idea to do it on a short flight like this. It's a good idea to do everything on the ground, or as much as possible at least. So what we can do is first of all pick up the weather for Green Bay. Have a look what it's like. Oh, it's calm. If it's calm, we can go straight in then. So maybe we can go 3-6, and then if really it changes, then we can maybe go runway 18. But for the moment, 3-6 is good. We got ILS 3-6 with no stars there, and no transitions either. It's just from Bravo Alpha Echo. Just join for the center fix. It's called Senna, like the Formula 1 driver. Yeah, it's a nice fall day. Yeah, -7. It's good. It's not too bad. Yesterday it was -12 or -13, so it's a little bit warmer. We're gonna start sweating. Some people will be wearing t-shirts. So yeah, let's have a look. Then at Green Bay. So we can set the FMC already. We'll set the radios. We'll set the minima that will then blank. We can do a decent amount of preparation already on the ground, so that we've got, you know, less to do in the cruise later on, because the cruise is so short. So we'll be looking at Green Bay ILS 36, India Sierra Golf Zulu 1099. I'll set the radios. 1099. The ILS is not needed, you know, out of Chicago, so you can already set the ILS for Green Bay. That doesn't really interfere with the navigation system or anything. The courses will be 002. You can set that as well, that's not gonna have any impact. And airport elevation is 695, so up here I will set 700. We'll kind of round it up. 700. And minima, oh yeah, 890, so 910. Since it's cold, we correct the minima for cold temperature, so we'll make it 910 at 20 feet. In the simulation, maybe it's not so vital, but in the aircraft, when it's really cold, the altimeter tends to underread or overread. One of the two. Basically, it brings you lower down than what you actually are, so that's why you have to increase to bring it back up a little bit. So 910 we said. And then we'll blank it, and then it's available as soon as we press the button. So blank it, and then at any stage you press the button again, and it's there on standby. So, hey TB, how are you doing? Good afternoon. So that is set. The only thing we cannot do at this stage is the auto brake. And I guess we'll wait also a little bit for the actual VREF. And the last thing we can check is the actual FMC. So from Sena we go to the Sierra Golf, which is here depicted as the outer marker, and then all the way down to the runway. And for the mist, it's direct, well, left turn to the Green Bay VOR and climb to 2500. So we've got Sena, Sierra Golf, runway 36, and then straight ahead to 1400 with a left turn to Green Bay in 2500. So it's all in there. Happy day. Good. We're in business so far. And not gonna do the boarding today. However, we still have the overhead panel to do. So the yaw damper will come on. Navigation and display switches, they remain on normal and auto. Everything is working well, so there's no need to start switching things to go on one side or another. The main fuel pump tanks, they come on. This one is not needed actually. There's the crossfeed valve. It goes bright blue, dim blue, and bright blue again and off, so that's good. The seatbelt sign can come on. Are fueled up. We'll put the window heat, so the window should start defogging. The electric pumps come on, and we'll just increase the cruise altitude and the pressurization here. That's that. Happy days. Oh, good morning. Sorry, my bad. I thought it was afternoon time for you. Yeah, I do the walk around. It's a little bit still quite cold. Maybe you can do the walk around on both legs. I'll do the setup. Oh god. Right, let's initialize the flight and come to the initialize. That's it. And performance. So it's already giving us KORD runway 10 left, so that's good. Condition is dry. The wind was calm, I think, in Chicago. Ah no, 140 at 8. Okay. So let's enter the 140-8. So this is very representative of the kind of standard Boeing OPT, which is the the software calculating the performance. Takeoff 2, flaps 5, AC is on, of course, and the anti-ice is off. It's dry, so no need for anti-ice. And we'll go for the takeoff weight. I'll do the calculation a little bit quicker, because I know we can uplift the weight. So 62.3 should be the takeoff weight. And calculate. Cool, same speeds as yesterday. Yeah, with 33, yeah, 33 on the assume, so happy days. All right, so let's do the performance and then we are good to go. So zero fuel weight is gonna be in the background, 58.2 plus 4.4 on the gas. It's a small number, but that's all you need to go up there. That's giving us 62.6, so we can execute that. On the N1 limit, we said 22k is fine. Then let's compare with EFB. Yeah, takeoff 2. So takeoff 2 is selected, and then there's a selected temperature of 33 degrees. Not too much of an assume, but a little bit. Then flaps is 5. CG will take it from PMDG, and then I'll take the FMC speeds. They're good enough. That's it. Cool. I can shut down this bad boy. So we got V2 of 143, which we set in the speed window here. No need to engage LNAV. I don't think it's going to engage anyway. VNAV only. We've got the runway heading and the initial altitude. Let me close that bad boy as well. If I can save like half a frame per second, that's always good. No, Adam, it's still version 4.5. Still 4.5 today. And let's close the doors. Cargo doors outside as well. And I believe we're good to go. Yes. Okay. Oh, I need to disconnect the ground power. Be embarrassing to push with the ground power attached. Anyway, I don't think it will go very far because the chocks are in place as well. So the chocks act a bit like a parking brake. So yeah. Remove everything. Here we go. Beautiful. Yeah, take your seat, take a little beverage, fasten the seatbelt, keep the fingers crossed. Yeah, you push back and they are still connected. And then you fly, they might be connected as well. God, that will be terrible, man. Right, so hydraulic air pumps come off, air compacts can come off as well, anti-collision light comes on, parking brake is set, and transponder alt off. Cool. We are good to go. Cancel that. Mission start. Do you request de-icing treatment? No.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and
Yeah, no, this is okay as well. I've said that before, but for the push, if it's cold, even if you have de-iced, even if you're gonna use engine anti-ice, it's not a problem.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
The only time really where you would wait to start the engines is if the apron is like really slippery. Otherwise,
locking gear.
oh, so I timed it out. Gun. Nose to the left today.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted. Release parking brakes.
I'll start the timing. Here we go.
Commencing push. Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until
Oh,
push
that's okay.
completed and brakes set.
We can start, as I said. Chicago, just a few clouds around, no bad. Yesterday was a little bit more overcast. Alright, so we start the number 2. That switch to ground. And then we'll come down here. Check the N2 increases, the oil pressure, the N1. And when it gets to about 25% on the N2, then we'll bring the fueling down here. Over thereabouts. Start lever to idle detent. Air traffic, American 3549 pushing back from Kilo 18. Just in case. I don't imagine it's gonna be very busy.
Set parking brakes.
Yeah, it's not the big follow thing anymore, it's true. Parking brake set, and we got starter cutout on the number 2 engine. Start number 1. Round. Same thing. See the N2 increase. The oil pressure is increasing as well. And N1 is increasing. The TO2 there is the reduced thrust for takeoff. So there's three settings. There's 26k, which is the full power of the engine. There's actually 4 settings. So 26k is the basic amount of power available for the takeoff. 24K, then is DTO1. You reduce a little bit the you know, the thrust available on the engine, and then DTO2 is 22K, 22,000 pounds of thrust on the engine. And then you've got the takeoff bump, which is actually 27. So there's 4 basically takeoff power settings. So that's where they are. Derate takeoff, yeah. And starter cutout, beautiful. Right, so generators on. Probe heat comes on now. Anti-ice, as we said, is not required. It's dry. Hydraulic A pumps are on. Air compacts come back on. Isolation valve to auto. APU bleed off. Start switches come on. APU off. Check the recall. Good. Flaps 5 and 3. We can blank the. This is good. Blank the lower display here, and the start levers are idle detent, and we'll set some sort of a trim. Here is 5 units roughly. Oh, he's still connected. Oh yeah. Confirm the good engine starts. Hey, Scam! Full stop. Thank you very much for the follow. Yes, sir. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, because I want to be able, I mean, obviously to continue the tour, and also to you know, to be able to have it recorded, so that then I can put it on the YouTube channel as well. So if I can finish the tour, at least that's a good point, you know. But let's see, because I'm gonna be away again, and then I won't be back until like next week. So by the time I come back next week, then a new week will have happened, or you know, or the game will have taken place already, and all that stuff. So kind of defeats the purpose.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Right, let's go. So let's have a look first of all where I'm going. Oh yeah, we'll go around Alpha. I mean, that's the PC is relatively new. I mean, I've only had it since March, so it's not even like 1 year old. The sound drivers, I would imagine, should update automatically. I don't know. But yeah, the PC is relatively new, so. But it's really upsetting that, you know, you install like this type of software, or you know, that application for the music, and it was definitely messing up things. VPilot as well was well messed up, because it was getting very, very loud. So we'll come off here at Alpha 15. So yeah, who knows? Maybe I need to uninstall the sound drivers and reinstall them. I've done it before in the old PC, so can do it again on this one. We'll come off here at Alpha 15 and go on to November. Right, so we got flaps 5 with green light. Step trim was set. We are traffic American 3549 taxiing to boarding point 10 left. Yeah, that's what I might do. Because as I said, I've done it before, so I'll try to uninstall the drivers and then reinstall the latest ones available. As you said, yeah, you go to the motherboard website and pick up the references there and then install the latest drivers available. Hopefully that will reset things if there's a problem with the sound drivers. That's the thing, it doesn't say. I think that event ID 41 problem is actually maybe just like the result of the actual crashes, as X3 said. The one thing is that before the event ID 41 issue is recorded, just before that there's nothing showing in the system in the event viewer, so I'm not really sure. I was thinking also like maybe it's there's a little bit of dust in the PC, but I mean the amount of the dust in the PC is very thin. It's a very thin layer. It's not like you've got like cotton wool in the case. It's just a tiny like film. I opened the case yesterday. I couldn't clean it because it was quite late already, and I have this big like electrical blower, so I couldn't really make too much noise. But yeah, you see what I mean. Temperature wise, yeah, still. Yeah, temperature wise, it's really not struggling. So unless there are like, surges and then everything stops. But if the surge is only for 1 second, would the system stop? I don't know. But I don't know why there would be surges like that and yeah. Scamful, this is Chicago Hair. Thank you, 777 Bob. I don't believe so. I don't believe there's a load sheet function enabled in the PMDG 777. You can calculate the takeoff performance somehow, but load sheet, I don't think so. But please correct me if I'm wrong. Right, let me take the Delta intersection. Yeah, that'll be fine anyway. Because the takeoff performance I have is... I know it's for full length, but it's still from Delta a long runway, so... Famous last words. Right, so we'll put all the lights. This one comes on. The navigation lights here, strobe and steady. Weather radar comes on. And the transponder to TARA. Ta-da! Yeah. Delta. We are traffic American 3549 rolling runway 10 left. Clear on the right. Clear on the left. Let's go. So runway heading 093 initially, climbing 5,000 feet, and then self vectors en route to Pumpkin. A bit of Halloween theme, Pumpkin. But Halloween is over now. Been a while. Right, so let's start the timing. If I can press the thing there. That's it. So we'll bring the thrust to about 40% roughly. Let the engine stabilize. Set, press the toga, and set takeoff thrust. Let's go! Let's go to Green Bay, hopefully. We can get there today. past 80 knots.
V1.
Rotate. And up we go. Positive climb. Gear up. Heading select. Good. Enough speed. And N1. We'll engage Command A. The American 3549 identified turn right heading 050, or turn left heading 050. I meant 050. Identified on departure. Climb and maintain 15,000. There you go. 5,000. So 15,000 is set once, twice, and 3 times, lady. So remember, we need to climb, so set the engine acceleration height to 3,500, so I should start accelerating soon now. That's it. And then say, American 3549, proceed to Pumpkin. So we go legs page, take Pumpkin, reactivate it, set it on top, and execute, and engage LNAV. Go flaps 1. Then flaps up. And yeah, and then resume normal speed, yeah? Now you can accelerate to 250. So we got flaps up, no lights, after takeoff checklist, so auto brake comes off, landing gears up and off, start switches can probably come off actually. Check the pressurization. The pressurization, the cabin altitude shouldn't climb that much on a short flight like this, not climbing very high. All that will change is the cabin will probably be maintained at the altitude of the of the arrival airport, so maybe 1,000 feet maximum. It's not really gonna climb. All that's gonna happen is that the differential pressure is gonna increase, but otherwise it's not gonna climb too much, which is nice because it's not you don't get squeezed, you know, during the climb and then deflate on the descent. Yeah, 250 and in the US, from what I understand, is a big thing. If you are heavy, you can tell them, you know, due to operational reason, will maintain, I don't know, 270 knots or something. If you are very heavy for a 777 or possibly like a 74 or something, but otherwise 250 is a mandatory speed. So they'll be quite demanding on that one, which is fair enough. So at 10,000 feet, the fuel is on, the lights are off. We'll release the passengers quickly. The pressurization, as I said, the cabin has not climbed. It's just the differential that's increasing here, the larger needle on the outer scale. And then check the recall. 10,000 feet. As I said at the beginning, we're never gonna set standard because we're not gonna climb above the transition level. So keep the altimeter and maybe update it ever so slightly as we go along the route, because they might change by a couple of, you know, might be 2991 at some point, or maybe increase to 997. So we'll update with maybe Milwaukee and then Green Bay. Got a question about real-world airport does not come up in MSFS. Can I still be found in MSFS if you know where to go? Yeah, if some airports are not in the simulator database, there's a chance that they might be available. They may have been drawn or designed by, you know, somebody who would make it available to the community. So this was the case for some airports with P3D, for example, where the airports didn't exist, or even like maybe the airports were still quite small. Then the airports will be available. The one I'm thinking of, for example, is the new Istanbul airport, which is obviously very new. And P3D as well. Dubai World Central was not included, but you can find like some people have made the airport available. Right, and we'll level off at 15,000 feet. Have a little look outside. VNav. Woohoo, and get some music. We like the music, don't we? Let's go. Welcome back. Cool. Have you ever been to Oshkosh Air Adventure? No, I've not. No, I need to get out a little bit more on Sundays. Joking apart, no, I've not. I'm not really sure where it is, to be honest. Oh wow, that's a nice one. I like when you are at like intermediate levels like this, and you've got like several layers of clouds in the aircraft. You know, that happens all the time. Is like so nice. That's the thing about, you know, being able to fly IFR, of course, is that you can go into all the weather you want, and yeah, it's just amazing. Anyway. That's top of descent in 55 miles. So, see, I told you it's gonna come very quickly. It's not a long flight, but we have already the ILS set. We got our courses set. All we need to do is press the button here to display the minima, and then we'll set an auto brake setting. We'll work out a VRF, and that's it. We're all sorted out. So we're gonna land with 2.6. That will add to the zero fuel weight, so that's gonna be 60.8 for landing. Everybody ready for landing? 143 plus 5. You can get your learning rate. Happy days. So a quick review. We have the ILS frequency set on nav1 and nav2. You've got the courses set 002, minima 910. The VRF is set for the moment straight in ILS approach runway 36, direct to Sena to pick up the localizer. Oshkosh Air Adventure in Wisconsin, just south of Green Bay in Whitman Field. No, I've never been to Wisconsin. It's it'll be nice actually. It looks like a nice area, a lot of you know, open fields, and maybe one day. I've been to Chicago before, but I've not like really gone further north to Wisconsin, fortunately. Maybe, who knows? Alright, just a quick look at the temperatures. There was a little increase on the max. The CPU has gone up at some point to 73. It's now sitting around 65, 60, up and down. The cores are sitting around 65 now, between 50 and 60, yeah, between 50 and 60. But the temperatures are like ranging quite widely. It's a wide range of temperatures really, because the actual temperature would, there will be like a 25-degree difference at times, so it's really weird how it goes. Let's see. Please, let's make it to Green Bay. I'll keep a note of that scam phone. Oshkosh Air Adventure. Is it like a museum? Is it like Oshkosh? Or is it like some sort of a display or something? Or what is it like exactly? Oh, it's an air show. Ah, okay, so it's just on one day. I would imagine just one day, and then it's done. Second largest air show in the whole of the US, yeah. Milwaukee is good, and it's 2995. 2994. It's gonna be 5 feet of a difference. It's okay, we can live with that. And we'll take an update for Green Bay, AGRB 120 at 3. That's pretty much crosswind 2993. And reset for the arrival once we are descending. I think it's supposed to become a little bit windy from the southeast later on today, probably in the morning, because it's still nighttime over there at the moment, and with a little bit of snow apparently. So that'll be nice. But for the moment, we can go straight in, so that's nice. At Lua, for the model matching, I use... oh shit, I need to descend. For the model matching is the old FLAI, which I believe is not available, unfortunately, anymore. So I think now you've got AIG, the... whatever that stands for. AIG, I think. But I still use the old FLAI, which is okay to use if you had it from before. But it's not available anymore. I think there were disputes about copyrights and things like that, so it's okay. There are like things missing. From what I understand, maybe AIG is a more complete model matching solution, but I heard it was a little bit complex to set up, so. Alpha India Group, yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's a shame because FLAI was working quite well. So it's still working, don't get me wrong, but they won't really have a chance to introduce more models. That's the only thing. Oh, there's a little lake here. That's not the main lake. The main lake should be on the right here, behind the cloud. X3, no, how would you do that? Oh yeah, there's a save monitoring data on CPU ID HW monitor. So we're gonna get to 10,000 feet, then it will come back on the speed. I'm hoping I've got the ILS frequency that's gonna kick in at some point. Let's put some engine anti-ice actually. So we are going through the cloud and it's 5 degrees or something. 7 degrees on the TAT. Okay, with core temp, let me take a note of that as well. And I think I've seen that one before. If there's a logging function, it's good. Right, so 10,000 feet, it's coming back on the speed. We'll set the lights. The engine anti-ice we're not gonna need anymore. Can switch it off. And the start switches can go back to. Oh. Now we'll check the recall. Done. We've got 2993 that will set. You can clear the message there and drag required. Not really. Actually, the aircraft is level at 10,000 feet for the speed reduction, so that's it. And now it's descending again. 299. We're just waiting for the ILS siren to kick in. We're still a little bit far at this stage, about 36 miles, so it should come up in about 10 miles or something. GPU Z as well, yeah. I think I've got GPU Z installed. Right, let's continue the descent now to 3000. Which is the platform altitude. Yep. MSA 3100 feet, sounds fine. It's very wide. God. Oh, there's a little airport down here. Yeah, it looks very white. God. Bit of a lake here. That's not the big lake next to Chicago. It's that whatever it's called. See on Volanta. This is Lake Winnebago. Lake Winnebago according to Volanta. The left of the aircraft. Oh, need to come back on the speed. The VNav is not working very well. And that's it, we've got India Sierra Golf Zulu identified. Happy days. That's it, it's airborne for only 25 minutes. And we are already in the descent at 5,000 feet. Amazing. Very good. Up and down. On this type of flights, you don't have time to get bored, huh? On long haul, sometimes, like, you know, 6, 7, 8 hours. It's a long flight. On the much longer flight, like 12, 13, 14, 15 hours, normally there's like at least 3 or 4 guys. So at least you kind of rotate a little bit, so you don't fly the whole time. You spend a little bit of the time in the crew rest compartment or something, you know, having a bit of a break. But when there's only 2 pilots and it's a 7, 8 hour flight, sometimes it's a little bit long, you know. On this type of flight, up and down, it's like a roller coaster. The time to get bored. Right, we'll engage the approach mode. And keep an eye on the speed. The speed is not doing very well in VNav. We have DME? No, there's no DME on this. Okay. According to the charts. Eight hours of flying when it's your first day on the job, yeah, it's... This is a good way to do it because you get a lot of on those short flights, and if you do like, you know, a lot of sectors, then you get to do a lot of takeoffs and landings, which is good. flaps 1. Yeah, 8 hours of strafing, yeah. Ah, but there's no reason, you know. You have to keep it fun. I do remember, you know, when I started, I kind of felt like I was not going to work, I was going flying, you know. It was that that kind of feeling of, oh, today it's about flying. Now it's a little bit more, you know, like a job, you know. Yeah, I've got to go to work, you know. It's a little bit more, feels a little bit more procedural like that, but when I started, it was like, hey, happy days, today I'm going flying again. It's like going to the flying club, you know. Oh, here's a green bay in the distance. Oh, there's a river coming through there. And the city probably to the right here, I would imagine. There's always a river going through a city, so I would imagine with the river here, the city is on this side. What does the map say? Yeah, of course, yeah. And then there's a lake at the top of the city, the distance. Anyway, let's focus on the flying a little bit. I'm gonna go gear down, flaps 15, arm the speed brakes. So start switches are continuous. Recall is checked. Speed brake armed. Landing gear down 3 greens. Auto brake is 3. Holding at flaps. Ooh, the tailwind. Reduce the speed first. Flaps 25 maybe first. Oh, and the wind has stopped all of a sudden. Then flaps 30. So flaps 30, green light, landing lights on, landing checklist complete. Oh. So autopilot comes off and throttle off. Clear to land. Green Bay traffic, American 3549, final runway 36.
Plus 100.
Checkity check.
Minimums.
Continue. Landing.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Hey, happy days. Ooh. Was a firm landing. It's a snowy runway. God. Here we are. Happy days. Flight complete. Pretty much. Like so, we'll take. Yeah, it's not updated the position. Okay, there's no exits. Oh yeah, here's one exit coming up. X3 won the competition. Congratulations. So we won't take that one. There should be another one. Yeah, the auto throttle was a little bit struggling, but we had a bit of a tailwind in the descent here, so and on the approach the wind stopped quite late, and so it doesn't help with the whole thing. That's Foxtrot, and we'll stay on Foxtrot. Come to Green Bay ahead of schedule. Where's the not the EPU? Then I believe we're going to Alpha 3, which is pretty much straight ahead. 8 Alpha, Alpha 3 with a safe dock. American Airlines. Stay with the theme of the day. And probe heat can come off. It's weird because it's not. Oh yeah. I know it's not coming off. Or it's maybe an auto function for the probe heat. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, that's Alpha 3 there. Pick up the line. Got the guidance system, beautiful. Yeah, you are quite close to the landing rate indeed. Ah, don't stop. Those brakes are so sensitive, man. Oh god. Easy, Tiger.
No,
Too far.
it's
God.
dropping fast. Why is it doing that?
Really? Right. A park and brake set.
Oh, the automatic pilot, it's deflating.
2 blues and 1 red. Right, let's shut it down. Fuel pumps off. Window heat can come off as well. And the electric pumps can come off. We'll open up the isolation valve, switch on the APU bleed. These I should have switched off already. And that's it, really. Ooh, we are burning everybody on the ground. Weather radar as well can come off. And the flight directors can come off. That's it. Welcome to Green Bay, where the Chicago Bears will play the Green Bay Packers. I think it's the Sunday night game, so there you go. We can deboard a few passengers. I'll open the cargo doors first. First, actually, we'll connect the chokes, the ground power, then the doors. Open here, and open this one. Happy days. Cool. Excellent. Well, at least this one is done. We made it. Yes. It's it's a miracle, huh? Go and figure out what's going on. Yeah, CPU currently 51 degrees, and all the temperatures in the cores about 55, 60. It peaked. That's the strange thing, is that P3D doesn't use a lot of the cores, and the cores that are not used went up a little bit in temperature. Anyway, that's a little bit weird. The maximum recorded was 79, but it never stayed there for any significant period of time. And the GPU peaked at 60 degrees, but it's been sitting around 50, 55 for most of the time. I was keeping an eye on it, so yeah. Oh, there's somebody parked there in Green Bay. Wow, Green Bay is the meeting point today. Oh, the beacon. Ah, somebody is following. I did it on purpose. Well done. You get brownie points. Let's give some points. So first of all, for the landing rate competition, to X3 and the usual 500 points. And for James, who was following the events, we'll double that. It's 96p.
Thank you, good night.
Thank you, good night. No, it's not good night. There you go. Somebody's following.
You too.
I did it on purpose, huh? Fantastic. Good. I'm glad you're following. We can switch on the ground power. I think if you have the APU running and the ground power, if you switch on the ground power, it kind of slightly relieves the APU. The APU will still work and provide the hot air. It's obviously quite cold, so you want air to be hot in the cabin. But yeah, maybe the fuel consumption of the APU will slightly reduce. This can go back down to 100. That's it, I think. Oh, the transponder. That was another one I didn't do. It's hard as a one guy here. I feel like a one-man band, you know, playing all different instruments at the same time. It's a funny thing, is that the courses actually changed. I think they adapted maybe to what's in the simulator. The published courses are 002, but then they changed to 004. I didn't do it, it was done automatically. Oh, thank you very much, James, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed. Task saturation with with another pilot, true. Plus, I mean, I'm not paying too much attention as well, to be honest. But yeah, plus it's once again a bit of a sterile environment here. You know, it's like screens, a desk. It's not really an aircraft, so. And these aircraft are not designed. That's another excuse I'll use. They are not designed for one pilot, you know. So there you go. You need two pilots. Excellent. Let's see if we can have a little glimpse of. Take a bit of altitude, go into some sort of like drone mode. The visibility is a little bit reduced, it's a little bit hazy. I don't think the stadium will be in the scenery there. Yeah, looks like the town is on this side and there's a lake in the distance as well there. Oof. That's it. That's Green Bay. it's probably the smallest city or even town with NFL team actually, because all the other teams are in big cities. You know, you've got New York, Boston, Philadelphia, and so on and so forth. But yeah. Hey, Scam, no worries, no worries. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. Lake Michigan. Okay. Yeah. Let's have a look. We like to do a little bit of geography as well. Oh yeah. It's a kind of arm of Lake Michigan, indeed. It kind of looks self-contained, but when you look at it properly, you can see the lake north of the city here, and it goes up, and then here it's open, so it communicates with the main lake that we left, you know, east of Chicago there. So yeah, beautiful. I didn't know that. I thought this was self-contained. So they could theoretically go on a boat then as well instead of flying. Ah, okay, it's because you're from there. Cool. Oh, it's quite early for you, huh, today? God. Volanta says you're the first person to arrive there today. No shit, Sherlock. Wow. Review the flight. Statistics. Oof, my back. Minus 330. Ah, the G's are not too bad, actually. 1.13 is not too bad. Good, save the day. Excellent. Oh well. At least the flight is complete. So you'll get another tick in the box for the tour. That's it. Yesterday I was trying to explain on the ground a lot of things, and because I knew it was going to be a very short flight, it was like, you know, literally 30 minutes, so it went very quickly. I don't want to do like a 1 hour stream and then say, okay, goodbye. Thank you very much for the sub. It's very kind of you. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Very, very kind. It's not too bad, TB, for the for the landing. It's a little bit firm, but still within the reasonable range. So no need to no need for a phone call, or I'm not expecting any phone calls or anything. It's still reasonable. Oh, thank you very much, Scam. Hopefully, I mean, this is pretty much the time I'm usually on. A little bit later sometimes, and then I've got another also kind of time period, maybe around 1800 Z. So I'm not on the most popular times, but that's all I can do, unfortunately. So, but I'm not trying to be like a rock and roll star. It's just to, you know, I like the simulation as well, and it's just for me like an opportunity to come here from time to time and share a bit of simulation fun with you guys. So that's it. Yeah, exactly. X3. I like your reasoning. It's a slippery runway, maybe a bit of slush, probably in these cold areas, they would also maybe put a bit of de-icing liquid on the runways, so the runways will be treated with chemicals, basically, which is not very nice for the environment, but just so that there's no black ice forming on the runway, or you know, anything like that. So the runways will definitely be treated. You know, if it's minus 10, you know, constantly, then the chances are they could be snow melting, and then, you know, the water freezes instantly again or something like that, and it could make the runway very slippery. So the runways are definitely treated. So but if it's a little bit slippery, yeah, you want the wheels to touch a little bit firm, and so that the braking is more efficient. There you go. That's a good excuse. Oh, microflight, beautiful. You just reinstalled the PC, including all the flight sim stuff, which is a lot of stuff to put together. Indeed, I remember when I got the new PC, to set everything up was a lot of work. Welcome back. Can fly again. Woohoo! Happy days. Ah, okay. For you, you feel it's less messy, so at least you're a little bit more aware of what's going on. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. But it's the same machine, yeah. Do you know how to fix the Dgxi error in P3D 4.5? Oh, no, I was not aware of that particular error. I don't like the sound of it in Dgxi. That sounds a little bit sinister to me. No, I don't know, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I don't even know what it is, to be fair. There can be a few tricky things happening sometimes in the sim. So, yeah. Oh, same hardware. Okay. Of course, with the addition of the pedals. Okay, cool. Cool. Excellent. Right, so that's the flight done, and we'll continue the tour and get it on YouTube as beautiful. Excellent. Thank you very much, guys. I'll actually need to get cracking. That's why I came on a little bit earlier today, because I need to get cracking for the rest of the day. So thank you very much again for the renewal format. That was very kind of you. 4 months and scam full stop. Also, thank you very much for the new subscription. It's very kind of you. I do appreciate it. And yeah, thank you very much, guys. Thanks for joining me on this very short flight, probably the shortest flight of the tour. Next week, it's supposed to be... What is it? Next week. Week 15. Oh, Boston to Indianapolis. There you go. That'll be a good one. Boston to Indianapolis. Okay. Boston for like New England is doing very well, so it's an exciting one ahead. Oh, 777 Bob, you think that for that error you need to lower the sliders because it's running out of video memory? Oh, wow. God. One of those things, huh? And yeah, thank you very much, guys. We'll see you at some point next week for the next installment of the tour, and also maybe another like random flight at some point. But it's gonna be that's gonna be me for today. We'll see you next week at some point. Thank you again. Thanks for your patience yesterday and for coming back today. We'll see you next week. Thank you.